Most people think the only way to make more money is to get a raise or work more hours, and that's not true. What if I told you there was a way that you could get $500 every single month back in your pocket, working the exact same hours at the exact same job, making the exact same amount of money? I'm going to teach you how to use that dollar to stretch it further and keep it in your own pocket rather than give it to the government, and build up a tax strategy that is 100% legal by the book, but saves you money so you can keep that money back in your pocket. We have to implement the strategies that the wealthy are doing so we can compete on a level playing field with them and be able to grow our net worth like they do. So let's dive in. Here's the 3 pillars. Point number 1 and number 2 are going to build a foundation. Point number 3 is where we're going to have some fun, okay? Point number 1 is you have to use tax advantage accounts. Now, most people use 1 or 2 of these. I'm going to walk through 5 different accounts that every American should have, and this is going to help build that foundation. The first one, 401k, simplest. I don't need to talk about this, okay? Whether you're self-employed or employed, a 401k is a great tax advantage account when you utilize it properly. You actually should not put into a 401k if you're employed unless your employer has a 401k match. I'll talk through the math a little bit on that later, but 401k is the first one. A second one is an IRA. An IRA is such a powerful one. I love the IRA. You should max it out every year that you can. The great part is you get to choose when you pay taxes on it. You can choose to pay taxes on it today so you don't pay any taxes at retirement, or you can choose to not pay taxes today and pay it at retirement. They call it Roth or traditional. That's what those terms mean, but you get to choose, which makes it so powerful. And you get to choose where you invest it. If you want to go in ETFs, if you want to go low cost funds, you can even go into real estate and other things, which is a little bit more advanced, but an amazing way to use your IRA. Everyone should have an IRA. The next one is the HSA. This is one of the only triple threat tax accounts inside the United States. What that means, you can put the money in tax-free, you can grow it tax-free, and you can withdraw it tax-free. Most people didn't even know you could grow funds in an HSA. They go through their employer, they have an HSA, but they never invest it. You are losing one of the most powerful tools by not investing it. Don't just do what your employer tells you to. Do a little bit of research into an HSA. How do you invest it? Where do you invest it? How do you withdraw it tax-free? How do you save that money for 30 years, then pull it on a massive lump sum without paying taxes? These are the types of things that you need to know, educate yourself, and learn so you can maximize that HSA because it's extremely powerful. Number 4, I'm going to do a tax advantage account for your kids, and I'm going to give you kind of 2 subcategories here. You can do a 529 or a custodial Roth IRA. Both of these are great accounts. It just depends on your situation. If your kid has earned income, if they're mowing the lawn, if they're doing household chores, if they have a job, whatever it is, custodial Roth IRA is the best account. I love it. The only problem with it is they have to have earned income. If your kid's 4, 5, 6 years old and isn't making money, it's going to be hard to set that account up. If they don't have earned income, the next best, 529 plan. Yes, this is used for educational purposes, meaning if you put money in, they're supposed to withdraw it for their future education. But there is a new rule inside the 529 plan where you can convert that 529 plan over into an IRA if they don't use it for education. This made it so much more powerful because I honestly didn't love the 529 plan before this because it pigeonholed you into college. I don't love college to begin with, but now that you have that flexibility, great plan, love it. That's the 4th one you should do, is some tax advantage account for your children. And the 5th one is a trust. A trust is an account that will help prepare you and your dependents for a tax event that honestly has the power to make or break your generational wealth. Trusts do not have to be expensive, okay? I created my trust for free. I help thousands of people every single month do it for free. It takes 20, 30 minutes to set up, but every single one of you should have a trust, okay? It is not that hard, but don't be the person that doesn't pass on their assets the right way. We don't know what tomorrow brings, and if you are not set up, the government will take 5, 6, 7, up to 8% of that to go through probate. Even if you have a will, they're going to take almost 10% of your net worth just because you didn't take the 30 minutes to fill out a piece of paper. I'm going to give you something in the end where you can deep dive into all these. I know that was very topical and kind of hard. I'm trying to keep this to 10 minutes, but hopefully you wrote those down so you can research them a little bit more later because all 5 of those are extremely powerful. Point number 2, you need to understand deductions and credits inside of taxes. Your CPA was not educated to try to keep money in your pocket. Your CPA's job is to take the numbers that you give them, to put them on a piece of paper accurately and give it to the IRS. Now, there are very talented CPAs out there that go the extra mile and help you tax prepare and get creative and build that tax structure, but most of them don't know how to do it, nor have they gone to the proper education to do it. Usually that is done by tax attorneys. Tax attorneys are the ones that actually read the guidebook and understand why it looks like a Bible and what every page in there does so that they can accurately use those credits and deductions to your benefit. The hard thing, these tax attorneys cost a lot of money, and that's why you and I usually don't get access to this. I'm going to rapid fire like 12 of them right now. You can just write these down, do a little bit of research on it. Once again, at the very end, I'm going to go more in depth and help you kind of learn about these. But if I could just emphasize one thing, you need to surround yourself with people that understand the tax code and can be a network for you in this. The difference between you using the tax code and not using the tax code can be $5, $10, $15, $20,000 back in your pocket. Most people don't even know what their tax bill was. You probably know what your refund is or what you had to pay in April, but your total tax bill, can you tell me what it was 2 years ago, 3 years ago? I can tell you down to the dollar what it was because I hyperfixate on that number. Think of the money, $1,000 every month back in your pocket could be life-changing for a lot of people. This is the section where you can do it. I'm going to rapid fire a bunch right here. I'll give you a solution at the very end so you can learn more about these, but let's do it. Number one, already talked about this, tax advantages accounts. Okay, re-emphasizing it, make sure you do it. Extremely powerful, can write a lot of money. Number two, the retirement savers credit. This is a cool one. If you make under $76,000, you can actually get a credit from the government for investing. Awesome. Number three, student loan interest deduction. Even if you claim the standard deduction, you can still write off student loan interest. Don't forget about it. Number four, the educator's expense deduction. Number five, charitable contributions. Number six, lifetime learner's credit. Really cool one. Research that one. Number seven, child care deduction. I bet you your CPA is doing your child care tax credit, but are they doing the child care deduction? Number eight, bonus depreciation. This is more for side hustle people. The first seven were all for W-2 wage earners. Number nine, solar investments. Number 10, oil and gas investments. Number 11, R&D tax credits. Number 12, business owners. Make sure you're doing the strategic business deductions. I just rapid fired like 12 different deductions and taxes. If you were to actually go implement even half of those, thousands of dollars back in your pocket. If you just spend an hour researching this stuff or learning about this stuff, they will be the best hour that you spend because a simple one of those tax credits can lead to thousands of dollars back in your pocket. Super powerful. That's point number two. And point number three is where most people like to go with taxes. The everyday American usually doesn't know how to get access to this. And this is what I do every single day is I help people get access to this stuff. These I'm going to call the one-hit wonders. Once you've built your foundation and you have the investment accounts and you've done the legwork to build that foundation, then you can move on to step three, not beforehand. Everyone tries to skip step 1 and 2, doing that properly and just go straight to 3. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Have to do step 1, have to do step 2. Then you can go step 3. This is where you start to really eliminate your taxes. There are investments that the government tries to incentivize you to make to eliminate your taxes. Let's just say you could invest $1,000 and write $10,000 off your taxes. It turns into a no-brainer. You would have had to pay $10,000 to the government. Instead, you're just investing $1,000 and you get to keep $9,000. Like that is a no-brainer investment. And those types of investments are out there when you start networking into them. Let me give you a couple examples. Real estate bonus depreciation is probably the most common, so I'm going to start with that. If you invest in real estate, you can do something that's called bonus depreciation, which is a process where you take a paper loss on that real estate and wipe it off your taxes. This is a really cool one and really popular one that a lot of people do. The problem with it is it actually can't erase your W-2 income. Really good. I use it all the time. It's not the best though. Another one that I'm going to bring up, I already kind of mentioned it, but renewable resources and investments. Investing in oil, solar, gas, all those type of investments often pay a multiple that is really good. And if you invest in these properly, they can eliminate W-2 income. Number 3 is equipment leasing. Let's say you want to buy a $10,000 piece of equipment. You could probably get a $9,000 loan and only have to put $1,000 down on a piece of equipment. You put $1,000 down on this piece of equipment, you take that piece of equipment, you go rent it out to everyone else. But the great thing is you put $1,000 down, you get to write off the entirety of that $10,000 so long as you kind of do this all properly. It's a very simplified example of this, but there are whole businesses and investment firms that help you do this. And this strategy is the one that I've personally used to write millions of dollars off my taxes. And the great part, it writes off your W-2 income. This works for anyone, doctors, attorneys, lawyers, custodians, teachers, I don't care who it is. This is an amazing investment that is extremely powerful. And this is how you really start to bring that tax bill down. The government is not going to be the one to tell you how to save money in your taxes. In fact, it's honestly a broken system. You have to pay someone to figure out how much to pay the government. Then the government pays someone to figure out how you didn't pay them properly, and then they fine you. It's a broken system, but you need to educate yourself on how to do all this stuff. Now, I had to fly through this, but I want to provide you the resource to learn more about every single one of these, okay? If you go down to the description below, you're going to see a link. That link will send you to a 100% free workshop, okay? I don't charge $1 for this. Probably should, but I don't charge $1 for this, where I'm going to go through these 3 topics for almost an hour so I can go more in depth. So click the link down below, register for that, invest in yourself 30 or 60 minutes. The next year, your refund is twice as big, 3 times as big, so you can actually have the money to invest. So you're playing on an equal playing field as all the wealthy people, because this is exactly what they're doing. Click the link down below so you can grow your net worth.